In the early days of Queensland's sugarcane industry, a group of resilient pioneers embraced the challenges of the land. Join us as we honour the pioneers and celebrate the enduring legacy they have left behind. Their hard work, dedication and unwavering belief have shaped the world of Queensland's sugarcane farming. This is their story.
My dad came out from Malta in I think around in the 1935, maybe 36. He come out here and he bought a property down in Japoonvale, and he was growing cane there, a little place. Well, Dad was single when he bought the place. Then about 3 years after he bought the place, he went back home, and he married Mum, and he come back, and that's when I was born then in 1931. In 1946, then Dad thought, well, the farm's getting a bit small for the family. I'll have to buy something a bit bigger. So we come here into town here, and this was up for sale, this place here, in 1946, and he bought it. I was only 15 at that time. I had just left school, and of course then he had to pay the farm off, and I stopped home and helped him work on the farm to pay the place off. And here I am still here after all those years, yeah. That was the only building on the farm when we got here, was this horse stables. That's where we kept the horses in here, yeah. We bought it in 1946, Dad passed away in 1955, and he was only 52. And then I had to take over the farm. I was only about 21 or 22 at that stage. I'd look after the farm and the family, and that's the last words Dad said to me. He said, whatever you do, look after Mum and the family. So that's what I did. I looked after the family and I started working the farm. Yeah, it was a bit strange for me at that age to do what I had to do, but I was responsible for everything. And I stayed single for a long time after that. I looking after Mum here in this farmhouse here. Yeah. In 1963, I got very sick. I was in hospital, and I was touch and go. The doctors didn't know what I had, and apparently I went down the back here. It was a swampy paddock there, cow paddock. I went down there to get the cow, and I must have scratched myself in the swamp there, and I picked up something from the swamp, and they called it Wheels disease, I think. It is Wheels disease. I had septicemia. Yeah, I was touch and go whether I was going to make it or not. Yeah, but I pulled through. Then after that, when I got married after, Mary was a widow with 2 boys, Barry and Alan. Yeah. So I took them on too then after that, yeah. 76. My daughter, first daughter was was born, Janet, and then 2 years after that, Tracy was born. She had 2 girls and 2 stepsons, yeah. The work is different altogether, eh? It's all manual work, more or less, yeah, manual work, and not much machinery. Horses. We had horses here. We used to do some work with horses. And then when we bought the farm, there's an old tractor here, an old Fortune on steel wheels. No power steering, no exhaust, no nothing. And that's why I'm deaf now. The bloody tractor made me deaf, because I was the only one that used to drive it. Dad never drove the tractor. I had to drive it all the time, yeah. At the first stage, they used to cut it green. Cut the cane green. That was very difficult, because you sort of had to pull the thrash off at first before you cut it. And then they decided we'll burn it. But that didn't hurt the cane. You burn it, you get rid of the trash, and that made it a bit easier with no trash on the cane. We had a little tractor, narrow tractor, make a fire break between the rows, go up the row. Just count how many rows you think you'll need for the next day. You burn that much. You don't burn the whole paddock, just a bit, 16, 18, 20 rows, You don't burn the whole paddock, just what you require for the next day. Because if it happens to rain and it's burnt, and then it'll start to deteriorate. Sometimes if a fire gets away, it's very hard to get it off because it's a lot of cane to send to the mill in one hit. Yeah. When you cut by hand, you throw it down on the ground, and then you bring these trucks from the mill. Sends you some trucks. There weren't bins at those. They were trucks. Pick the cane up by shoulder, throw it on the thing, and then you throw a chain over the truck and tighten it down, and then you take it out to the points, and the loco will come pick it up and take it to the mill. And you did that all by hand, load by shoulder, yeah. And it was hard work. It was definitely hard work, yeah. Well, I didn't do it all on my own. I had cane cutters. A team of about 5 or 6 men. They used to come. Well, when we took this farm over, we had a push bike gang. They live in town. They come every morning on a push bike to start work. Yeah, yeah. Some come from Italy. One come from what was it? Switzerland. I think one fellow come from Switzerland. Different places. Some locals here, pretty well. A few locals here. Yeah. We had to cross Bamboo Creek. We had a big bridge across Bamboo Creek, and it was scary because it was high and flimsy looking. And this fella that come over to load our cane with the soft loader, he tried to go across this bridge with the soft loader. He only went about from here to about 10 meters, even 5 meters away onto the bridge. And she flopped over onto the side. Yeah. So we had to get the army to come in and pick this bloody soft loader up out of the creek. Yeah. And another time we had a cane cutter. He was living across the creek. He was coming over on his push bike. He went onto this bridge. The others started working. They said, "Where's Anthony? He's not here today. Where's Anthony?" I said, "I'll go and have a look to see where I can find him." I went to the barracks. Anthony was not there. So I come back to the bridge, and I'm looking on the bridge, and I could see his bike marks. Then halfway it disappeared. He went over the side early in the morning into a croc-infested bloody creek, went over the side. I said, "I think he might have fell into the bloody creek, eh?" So I come home, I got my pick anchor that I use for fishing. I threw it over the side, pulled up his bike, eh? And he was there drowned on the bottom. Yeah, it was sad, very sad, yeah. Yeah. We had good neighbours, good community here, yeah, yeah. When we had cane cutters here, there was a big boom of business in town, like pubs and things like that. I don't know, there was about 7 or 8 pubs in town here. They were always chock-a-block full with cane cutters and that. Nowadays you go there, we've only got about 3 or 4 pubs here, and they're nearly always empty, hardly anybody in there. Yeah. But at that time it was boom for that. Picture theatre, we used to go to pictures, we used to go to the dances, there was people everywhere, yeah. That old red Ford truck there, that was my main vehicle at the time. We bought that in 1952, second hand. We bought that second hand. And that was our main vehicle at that time. That's the only vehicle we had. That was the first vehicle we had, that one there, that truck. We used it for getting around the place, to go to the pictures, to the dances, to go down to Eddy Bay on a Sunday, have a picnic down at the beach. And not only that, I used to pick up the neighbours around here. They all hop on the back there, no problem at all. Some sit on the floors and took them all down to the beach. Yeah, took them all down in that old red truck. One time there I took a bunch of basketball players, girls, to the tableland with that truck. Yeah, put a couple of planks across there. They all sat on the plank. Now you get shot if you do anything like that. When we cut the cane for planting, we load it on the back of this, dump it on the ground, and then we'd get the lady strippers, they used to call them. They used to strip the cane. We used to call them the lady strippers, yeah. But they didn't strip themselves, they stripped the cane. The biggest cyclone, I think, was Winifred that I witnessed. Here, Winifred, we had a very big cyclone, very strong. Yeah. The house down at Curramine Beach that we have down there for a holiday home, the roof got blown away, just the bloody outside shell left. That little shed, the old shed here, that finished up in the paddock here next door. Yeah, we lost a couple of rooms and blew into the paddock over there, and we picked it up and brought it back and put it on again. Yeah, yeah. But otherwise, it's still original like it was. Yeah. I got the four-wheeler. I go around, check the farm, check if everything's okay. Looking for pigs, wild pigs. Yeah, yeah. No, I just go around checking around the place, yeah, yeah. First car that I bought was a custom line. The house before it was renovated. This is the first harvester that we bought.
What year was this flood? The water up to the headland there?
Very happy life, very comfortable, yeah, yeah, yeah.